Ali, stand by for us. We have another bit of news here that we've just gotten in now that NBC News has confirmed. This is our reporter, Michael Cosner, who's reporting this. A suspect is in custody, and police are investigating the shooting at Utah Valley University. Students are alert this afternoon, obviously told to be aware and probably shelter in place. We have a witness now who's joining us by phone. His name is Justin Hickens. He apparently was at the scene of the shooting. Justin, what did you see? What did you hear?
I was about 20 away on Charlie's left. I had gotten there probably just a few minutes before noon. There were thousands of people there. Unfortunately, there was no metal detectors. There was security by Charlie, but anybody could have shown up with whatever. Unfortunately, I had my way down close on the side, and the first interaction took about 10 minutes. It was a religious-related exchange, and then who stepped up, ironically, coincidentally, who asked a question about mass shootings, and about 60 to 90 seconds in, we heard a big loud shot. I saw a bunch of blood come out of Charlie. I saw his body kind of kick back and go limp, and everybody dropped to the ground, and luckily there were no other bullets sprayed into the crowd because nobody was really able to go anywhere. It was just like a big, open amphitheater, outdoor venue, and lots of screaming, lots of yelling, lots of bodies on top of each other. And after a couple minutes, people got up and kind of running, getting out of there. There were some gates, some barriers that had been pushed aside and knocked over, and people were able to move. And I started to move quickly, and then kind of realized that I said, I think we're okay. And I kind of stopped walking away, and I kind of all of a sudden, the officers walking with this very elderly gentleman with white hair, and they had him arrested. He's screaming about his rights and all that stuff, and they cuffed him and put him away, and about 30 other people said, "Yeah, that's the guy. That was the shooter." And people had said that they had seen him there early. He got to the event really early. Was kind of walking around, talking to a lot of people. Just this elderly gentleman, but that's all I got for you.
Justin, no, that's a lot, and I'm going to keep you on the air with us because this is important. What you saw, people who haven't seen these events, these turning point events, these events with Charlie Kirk, people can go up. There's a microphone usually set up, and people can try to debate him or bring up a question or a point. Set up before the shooting, what exactly was happening? Because you touched upon that.
Well, I couldn't exactly tell how many, but I'm sure there was maybe 15 to 20 people in line to talk to Charlie, enough to where he probably felt like it was going to take a good while to get through everybody. And he had only gotten through one exchange with an individual. And honestly, it was kind of getting drawn out a little bit too much. The crowd was getting a little restless. Like, hey, we're talking too much on this religious topic. Let's go to something else. And so finally they wrapped up, and then somebody else got up there. And like I said, for about 60 to 90 seconds, there was an exchange about mass shootings, transgenders involved in mass shootings. And ironically, that's when the shot went off.
And then when you heard the shot, did it sound like it was close, near to where he was speaking, or did it sound like it was coming from afar, maybe in the back of the crowd, or could you tell?
No, it sounded like it was the back of the crowd, which was pretty wild. I don't know though. It's like it must have been closer, but then again, it's like if it was that close, how did nobody else, see this man pulling a gun out of his, side or pocket or whatever? So
once he was shot, once Charlie was shot, was there any first aid? Could you see? Do you know if paramedics were able to get to him? Was there any type of sort of first responders on the campus?
Well, there were about 15 to 20 people, right behind him, whether that was security, whether that was medical, whether that was whoever. But as soon as he was shot, he, just kind of went limp, fell over, and then everybody just dropped and went down. And I had bodies on top of me, and I was just praying. I was just like, I hope there's not, a bunch of stuff spraying into the crowd here, because everybody's a sitting duck right now.
You know, we sort of all witnessed what happened to President Trump when he was on the campaign trail in Pennsylvania, and what happened there. When this was happening, I mean, did it kind of register in your head, someone's trying to kill Charlie Kirk?
Oh yeah, immediately. I mean, for a split second, you kind of like, wait a minute, is this really happening? And you know, you saw the amount of blood that came out upon the initial shot, and you knew that it did not look good.
After he's shot and he sort of collapses back and everyone hits the ground and people are piling on top of you, we've seen some videos of sort of the mass hysteria to run out of there. When does that happen?
I think that probably started maybe about 10 to 15 seconds after. People give it a few seconds, realize there's no more shots being fired. Now's our time to take a chance and get out of here. And so I was a little, I stayed down a little bit longer, and then finally realized after probably a good minute and a half had gone by that there were no more shots. I was like, okay, I'm probably good to get up and make a move.
These things happen so fast, and you said in your head you weren't sure if it was real or not. I'm assuming you live in the state of Utah as well. You've
Correct.
Likely heard gunshots before, rifle shots, buckshots, whatever it may be.
Oh, yeah.
It was unmistakable that what was happening as it occurred, right? But it happened so fast.
Correct.
I'm sure it could also be confusing.
Yeah, well, and people were just packed in. People were shoulder to shoulder in there. I mean, it was when I first got there, I couldn't even see the stage. And I said, hey, let me try to. It was just me by myself, so I thought, let me try to, maneuver my way down closer to the side. And so that's what I ended up doing. I was just completely, to his left on the side wall, but got about 20 yards away. I mean, there was one person in front of me on the rail